When you invent a casino game, one of the most important things for that person to do, the inventor to do, is to start an LLC. And this is to protect yourself because this is basically running a business. It is the same as if you invented a ketchup and you wanted to put that ketchup in the grocery store, you would start a business first because this venture has risks and yes, rewards, but you want to be able to protect yourself legally. So when you are inventing a casino game, you always want to start by starting a LLC or a business. And we will talk more about this later in the show. Now, welcome to Vegas Aces. I'm your host, Heather Ferris, and today we are going to be talking about the process for inventing a casino game. But first, let's do some housekeeping. Also, too, put your comments in the chat, put your questions in the chat. I'm going to do an AMA at the end of this video where I answer the questions that you have. So first up is oh, and I'm not ignoring you. I'm just waiting until the end of the video to do it. First up, I want to take a look at what we're going to be doing in 2024. It's a brand new year. We've actually been preparing this for the last half of 2023. We've been preparing for this. We have a new team. So we are going to have more people working on these videos. They are going to... We have 2 writers, and then Angela's coming back as a YouTube host, which I'm really excited about. We also have a new intro, which you kind of just saw. We are still working on it, so that will not be our final intro. We have music currently being created for that intro, and I am just very impatient and spontaneous because I had a live stream before the music was done, and I'm like, I don't care, we'll put whatever music in there. So we have... the person who works on our websites, and they are also doing the music for the new intro and also for the transitions. So that's going to be brand new. All of that. It's so nice to have a team and everything. It makes this so much easier. We are also going to be doing videos in batches. So we're doing a bunch of videos all at once. And then we're going to have a process where we do this every month. So that way we can continuously put out multiple videos a week. And we have all sorts of things that we're going to do. We have ASMR videos. They are already done and being edited as we speak. We have shorts. They're going to be funny shorts that are basically about the casino industry, funny stories and everything. And also for our long form videos, we are still going to do individual videos where we talk about how to shuffle or insurance or talk about like a specific subject. But we are also writing the script for how to play and how to deal roulette. So that is really exciting. That's one of the main core games that we haven't done yet. So I'm really looking forward to that. And all of this, we were trying to aim for January. It looks like it's going to be now February. So we should have all of that starting in February if there are no more obstacles that I haven't seen yet. We have some new stuff for the website. If you guys don't know, go to vegas-aces.com. We have a whole bunch of new articles and everything coming out all the time. We are also working on new flashcards. So we're finally going to get those 6 to 5 flashcards out there because I know a lot of people have been asking about that. And then we're also going to be doing more instruction manuals. So we have a ton of instruction manuals that we have to go through and prepare and everything. So we have a lot of new stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to this. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see, for flashcards, for stuff that you want to see on the website, anything that you want to see us do, put it in the comment section or in our live chat, and we will definitely add that to the list. And then also to join us at 3 p.m. That's in 2 hours from now. At the Wizard of Oz channel, we are doing a live stream there. We normally do a live stream every 2 weeks. So if you didn't know about it, now you know about it. Come say hi, check us out. Ask us any casino or gambling questions you may have, and the Wizard of Oz or myself will answer it, or sometimes both. It depends. So now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, let us start with the content. Okay, and this transition, this is not going to be our normal transition. This is just a transition for this video. Because again, I was spontaneous and I was impatient. So this is definitely not our normal transition video. Okay, so we are doing content now. And I'm writing down the time code, the timestamp, so that way we could put that in as soon as this video is done. The very first thing we're doing is for the process for inventing a casino game. The very first thing that you want to do is you want to write down the how to play instructions. And I know a lot of casino inventors, they're like, well, I know how the game is played in my head. And that's great, but that's not going to help you any. So you need to sit down, you need to get a piece of paper out, or, on a laptop, type it out. Any way you want to do it, but you need to get this down on paper, so to speak. Write down the how to play instructions, write down the instructions for how to play the game. Also, too, you do want to play the game. Like, you want to take your game to your friends and your family, and you want to play. If you, and I will put a link to this in the description. If you want to get one of those large construction papers that they used to have like in kindergarten, where it was that huge piece of paper and everything, you could get this on Amazon. Do like a 4 foot by 7 foot roughly, and I could double check that actually, piece of paper, and do a draw a full size table on it. Yeah, it's 4 feet 6 inches by 7 feet 1 inch. So go ahead and draw a full size table on it. Draw what you think your table game is going to look like, what the layout is going to look like, and then sit down using pennies or nickels or quarters, and then have you and a few friends play this casino game that you've invented. And one of the reasons why you want to do this is because you are too close to the game as the inventor to see things that someone who doesn't know what's going on may see immediately. So listen to what they have to say. If they ask any questions, if they don't know how to play the game, all of these are going to help you create a better game. Whether you have to write the instructions, that how to play rules down differently, if you have to add some stuff, if there are certain situations where you're like, oh yeah, if this does happen, what does the dealer do? Like, how do I proceed forward? So it's good to play several hands with your friends and family and work out these kinks before moving on. And the next thing you want to do after you've written the how to play instruction manual is actually create an elevator pitch. So if you walked into an elevator and there was a casino manager there, what is your elevator pitch? Like, how are you going to present this to the casino manager? And typically what you want to do is you want to keep it really short. You want to keep it under 30 seconds. If it's in between 15 and 30 seconds, you're doing good. When you're writing this down, 15 to 30 seconds is typically 50 to 100 words. So you want it no longer than 100 words. And also tell them what the object of the game is. Tell him how to play. What are the benefits? What is the house edge, which you probably don't have at the moment. Compare games to different games. So if you're trying to explain your game quickly in 30 seconds, use two games that already exist that you can use as a reference. So for example, is my game is roulette and craps mixed together. You know, like you know what roulette is, you know what craps is, and then they're mixed together. Or we use the betting style of roulette with the dice like craps or something like that. So by using games that already exist, you could quickly explain what your game is to this casino manager without using too much time. Okay, so that is the first piece of this content, sorry. If you guys have any questions, again, put it in the chat and I'll answer it at the end of the AMA. But we are doing commercials because we do have to keep things running. So here is our first commercial. Okay, so Super Chat. If you are enjoying this live stream and you would like to support us, please feel free to Super Chat. It does help keep this content flowing. It costs a lot of money to do a YouTube channel and to put out free content for everyone. So if you are able to support us or donate, then please do so, especially for the people who can't afford it. It is a great way, Super Chat is a great way to directly support the channel. And it is a fantastic way to show your support. And it highlights your comments and makes them pop in the chat. Okay, now back to the content. Okay, so next up on the process for creating a casino game. We are going to talk a little bit about what we started this video with, is creating an LLC. So again, this is just like creating a business. You want to have that LLC, excuse me. Sorry. I hate it when that happens, especially on a live stream. You want to create an LLC because this is going to protect you. This business, depending on how you go, and there's two different avenues that we are going to be talking about. The first road costs a lot more money than the second road, the first fork in the road versus the second fork in the road. So if you create an LLC, this will help. It typically costs between $50,000 and $100,000 to develop a casino game. And yes, you did hear me right, $50,000 to $100,000 to get your game onto the casino floor. And you don't want all of that risk. Instead, you want to create a business that will absorb that risk. So that way you could get a business loan, you could get investors, you can get, if you want to start off cheap, you could do credit cards and put everything on a credit card. Now, where is all of this money going? Like 50 to 100,000 is a ton of money, right? So when you invent a casino game, you have to have the math done for it. And you typically go to companies called GLI is one, or BMM. And let's say if you went to GLI to get your math done, this can typically cost between $3,000 and $5,000, depending on the complexity of the game, and also depending on if you have a math report, an initial math report of that game. If GLI or BMM is going to have to do the math from scratch, that's going to cost you more money. So you always want to hire a mathematician to do the math report before you go to GLI and have them do the math report. Now, another thing that costs a lot of money is an application to the Gaming Control Board. If you do the Nevada Gaming Control Board, their application is typically about $3,000. So that's $6,000 right there. You haven't even started with marketing yet or developing or anything else. If you want to go to a conference such as the GTGC, GGPC, which used to be known as Cutting Edge in the old days before Richard Marcus bought it, this is really good to go do, because then you're presenting your new game to a bunch of casino managers from all around America. And you are basically pitching and demoing your game to willing participants. And that's probably the hardest part about putting your game on the casino floor, is just getting it in front of the casino manager's eyes. The casino manager typically gets about probably it might be more than that, 5 to 10 people per month who are trying to sell their casino game to the casino. It might be more like 30, but it's a lot every month. This conference, flying to the conference, the hotel room for the conference, renting the table, renting the dealer, you have to pay for electricity, you have to pay for Wi-Fi, you have to pay for the booth. I mean, there's so much involved when it comes to these conferences that they typically end up being about $10,000. And then also, once you put your game in front of a casino manager, they might like the game, but they might be like, we're not going to put your game in our casino unless you change this, this, and this. So then you have to go back and you have to do a version 2. And then they're going to come back to you and be like, yeah, we really like your game, but there's this one thing we don't like. If you could change it, then we'll put your game in the casino. Then you have to do version 3. So when you start doing the different versions, that adds up as well. Trademarks cost money, patents cost money, patent lawyers cost money. All of this stuff adds up, and then you could see how it quickly adds up to 50 to 100,000. Okay, that was a lot to take in. Take a second. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. We are going to do another commercial, and then we'll come back for the third content, for the third part of this. Okay. So Vegas Aces, a lot of our clients are casino table game inventors. We help you through the process of developing the casino game and getting the game into the casino. What we do is we typically have a new client meeting. It's typically an hour. And we'll go through the process. We'll see where you are in the process already. We'll find out where you want to go, what your goals are, and then we'll come up with a strategy for how to move forward. When we do this, we have a company-wide NDA saying that we will not talk about your company, or we will not talk about your casino game invention with anyone else outside of the company. When you become a client of ours, we actually have you sign an agreement. And in that agreement, we have an official NDA in there saying that we won't talk about your game to anyone unless you're specifically asking us to promote it. We also have something in the agreement where you own the artwork to everything. Anything that we do, you own the rights to. So that is in that agreement as well. Now, if you are interested in finding out about more of what we offer, go to our services page and you could see what we have. We have logos, felt layouts, rack cards, lollipop signs, business cards, promo packets, promo flyers, dealer manuals, websites, inventor corner, and demo game. And you could see that all up here. For logos, we have different logos that we offer. simple, medium, complex, or specialty, and you could see an example right here. We also have felt layouts where you can design and print a felt layout. We do rack cards. It's really good to have a rack card at your game. A rack card is going to tell players how to play the game. It'll have the pay table on it, and it'll also have the house edge on there. So these are really good for actually being on the game and explaining to people how to play your game. So we'll do the design, we'll do the script, we'll do the printing. We also do lollipop signs. So those lollipop signs that you see at the table, we will design those and create one and send them to you. If you need a business card, we can do that. Now, the promotional packets are specifically for casino managers to place your game in their casino. And we'll talk about this in the next section of content. But in order to have a field trial, the casino that's going to be hosting your field trial needs certain things, and these things are in the packet that we create for you. And you can see examples of what we've done in the past. When you put your game in a casino, you're also going to have to market it. And again, we'll talk about this in the next section. But one of the great ways to market it is by putting tabletop signs, tabletop flyers on in casino rooms. So there it is, the table tent, sorry, not tabletop, the table tent flyers. This is great for promoting your game in a new casino, or your new game in a casino. We also do dealer instruction manuals. So this will explain to dealers how to deal your game. It will also have dealer procedures in there for not just dealing your game, but also game security and table protection. And if you need a website, I love this website. This is one of the websites that we created. And I love how at the very beginning, we have like a sun. And as you scroll down, you see the clouds and the sky. And then as we get further down, you have the trees and the sea and the sand. I really love this. That was one of my favorite websites, I think, that we've done. And then we also have, if you want to be highlighted on Vegas Aces, we will do a whole page for you, section for you, where we talk about your game and promote your services. We also do web-based demo games. So if you need a playable demo, this is great for casino managers, because then you could just email them. They have a demo they could play if they have 5 minutes in between meetings or something like that. This is a really, really great way to demo your game to casino managers, especially after COVID. And then we have all of the clients that we've done so far. So you could find this at vegas-aces.com under services to find out more. Okay, this commercial has gone on long enough. Let's get back to the content. Okay. So next up on the list for inventing a casino game, there are two paths that you're going to take when inventing a casino game. You can either rent your game out to a land-based casino, which we will cover today, or you could sell your game online to an online casino. And we will talk about that in another video. So for the casino floor, if you want to put your game on the casino floor, the first thing I tell my clients is it is extremely difficult. It's usually about 1 to 4% of casino game inventors actually get their game on the casino floor. It's just really, really difficult, extremely difficult to get into. If you do get your game on the casino floor, you're going to be renting it on a month-to-month basis. So a full game will be rented for about $500 a month. And a side bet, let's say if it's Lucky Ladies or something like that as an example, it's a side bet on an already existing game, that's going to be about $250 per month. And these numbers aren't set in concrete or set in stone. There are plenty of people that go up to the casino and be like, hey, I'll give you a deal. Let's say it's a Christmas deal for $450 instead of 500, or 400 instead of 500. So casino game inventors play with these numbers in order to give deals and discounts to entice casino managers to put their game on their casino floor. Now, you're not immediately going to have your game on the casino floor making $500 a month. You have to do a field trial first. It is required by Las Vegas, Nevada Gaming Control Board, that you do a field trial before you place your game in any casino. And every state is different, but Las Vegas is seen as the gold standard. So I always tell my clients, if you're going to put your game anywhere, put it in Las Vegas first, and then you'll have such an easier time putting your game in other casinos around America. Now, when you first start off, you need to do, excuse me, you need to do a field trial. When you do this, you offer the casino one free game for life. So they get your game, one game for free, for life, forever. And the reason why this is a standard offer when inventing a new casino game is because there is a lot of work involved when doing a field trial. They have to keep the game open for a certain amount of hours. They have to constantly record numbers for the game. They have so much paperwork that they have to do regarding this. And the casino only has so much floor space. They only have so much square footage. So if they put your game in, that means they're going to have to take a game out. And that game could be blackjack, for example, and it could be bringing in $30,000 per month. So if your game doesn't match that, then they're losing money and they're taking a big risk because they have to keep your game in their casino for 90 days. It's between 30 days and 90 days, but you want it to be as long as possible for a larger sampling size. So they are forced to keep your game in their casino for that period of time. And if they're losing money, they're not going to be excited about keeping your game in the casino. So the casino manager is taking a big risk when it comes to having your new casino game in their casino for a field trial. And that is why the deal of one game for free for life sweetens the pot. Now, after a year, so let's say you've done the field trial and your game has been in their casino for a year. After a year, you will have I can't even begin to tell you how easier of a time you're going to have putting your game in other casinos. If your game has been in a casino for longer than a year and you have a copy of the field trial paperwork, if you have, and you're going to have to ask the casino manager as like a favor, hey, can you give me a copy of those numbers? But having those numbers and then having your game be in a casino for more than a year, it's going to be so much easier putting it in other places because now you are established, now you've been proven. And just so you know, when you start putting your game in other casinos, there is roughly around 2,000 casinos in America. So that's a good amount, right? I mean, think of 3-card poker. But again, 3-card poker is the 1%. It's like saying, I'm going to be an actress and I'm going to be as big as Angelina Jolie. That's 1%. Like, that's not the normal. But it can happen. So The other thing is when you do a field trial, you can't just drop the felt off and then leave. Like, you need to be there and help the casino promote and market your game. Just like that ketchup that we were talking about at the beginning of this video, you can't just put your ketchup in the grocery store and expect it to sell. You have to do commercials. You have to do weekend deals. You have to do advertising. It's the same with a new casino game. There are certain things that you can do and certain things you cannot do. So if you are ever marketing your game, marketing your casino game for the casino, always, always, always call the gaming control board and verify with them that you are allowed to market the game in that way, because there are some things that are just illegal. So you have to be really careful about that. Okay, so that is pretty much the gist of it. We're doing good. We're only doing this for 30 minutes, so that's a plus. Now we are going to do an AMA. So if you have any questions, put it in the chat and I will get to it. And then we will be done for the day. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we have here. And again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat and I'll answer them. And by the way, I hope you guys have a good holiday season. Lots of people in here, lots of people saying hi. Hello, good to see everyone. A few people had to miss because of work. Well, you can do a replay, so that's no problem. Oh, yay. So OGG says, I finally have my patent for Casino Derby. Woo! Yay! Awesome. Go Casino Derby. It's really hard to get a patent too. Like, that's one of the hardest things. We always tell people, we refer people to Rich Newman. Rich Newman is a patent attorney who does all of the casino games. So if you guys ever need a patent attorney to go to, Rich Newman is the guy. If you go to my website, vegas-aces.com, actually, I think I could share my screen again and show you. Here we go. Okay, so if you go to articles and table game inventors, we have a lot of articles right here about inventing casino games. And if you scroll down, because I think it's the last one, from design to placement, landing a spot on the casino floor, you will see people that we recommend. So we recommend Joseph Shipman for math, to do your math report. And we recommend Rich Newman for a patent lawyer. And you could find their information right here, along with more information about how to invent a casino game. Okay, let's see. OGG says, is there a convention or table game contest coming out in March 2024? Yes, there is. Thank you for asking. So that is called, and I have to look it up because I've been going to this conference for 10 years. So in my head, I'm always thinking it's called Cutting Edge because that's what it's been called for 10 years. But when COVID happened, Richard Marcus bought them and changed the name to GTGC GGPC. And this convention, this conference is really great to go to. It's in March. They have a ton of new casino games and so many casino game managers there who will look at your game. You could pitch your game. You could demo your game to them. It's a really, really great place to get your game seen. While you're there, you want to collect as many business cards as you can, because having that information is going to be an asset later on when you're trying to email people and have them look at your game. So I definitely recommend it. And then the other one people go to is G2E, which is usually the middle of October. And that one is bigger. And there is not as many casino game managers. Like there's casino game managers at G2E, but it's also a whole bunch of other people in the casino industry. So they kind of get filtered out. With GTGC, it's just pure casino managers. There's so many casino managers there. So it's a much better conference to go to than G2E. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything. They also have a contest every year where if your game wins that contest, it will be placed in a casino. And last year they had first place, second place, and third place go into the Strat, the Sahara, and a casino in Reno that I'm not remembering the name to. But it's definitely a really good conference to check out. Let's see. We have a lot of comments here. Let me see if I can find a question. You and I were on the House of Cards radio show on the same day. I think we have to finish this. Yes, I remember that. That was fun. Remember. Let's see. Okay. How do you get a business loan with the LLC? That's a great question. I have Relevance Gaming LLC. Now what? Fantastic question. Okay. So the whole point of being an LLC and starting a business is to get a business loan. It's going to be very hard to get a business loan. And the reason why is because the casino industry isn't desirable for banks to loan out to. So it's going to be more iffy if you could find a bank to give you a loan. A lot of my clients, what they do is they do investors. So they'll find an investor who is interested in the game, and then they'll support the casino game inventor with money, and that's how you get your loan. Another way that casino game inventors get money is through credit cards. Credit cards are so much easier to get, and you get the credit card in the business name. And then that's like a miniature loan that you don't have to apply or get approved for, because they give credit cards to everybody. It's crazy. Like the credit card industry, don't even get me started on that. But it's good for new businesses because it's an easy way to get a loan without having to jump through hoops for banks. Because I had a few banks where I tried to get a loan for, and they're like, you can't get a loan unless you have $100,000 in your bank account, which seems really ridiculous to me, because if I had $100,000 in my bank account, why would I need a loan? Like, so some of the banks, it's kind of like really messed up how they do that. So credit cards is just such an easier way to go about doing that. If you guys have any other suggestions for how to get money for your business other than an investor or credit cards, please put it in the comments. It's always good to have different options to choose from. Let's see. So OGG says, I'm sorry for chatting so much today. No worries. A lot of comments in there. I didn't hit all the comments because I am trying to answer questions, but completely 100%. It does take a long time for development of a casino game, and it's just difficult. It's just a really difficult thing to like start out. So OGG says, if you guys want to hear, it is episode 579, House of Cards Radio. $5.79. That was a good one. Okay, if you guys have any more comments past that, then please put them in the comment section, and I might do a video about it later in the future. That's pretty much it. I'm thinking again about doing more live streams. So if you guys want to see more, let me know what you want to see. If you like doing these AMAs at the end of the video, let me know. We'll do more of that. And thank you guys so much for watching and helping us get, more content out there and supporting us through our journey. And I really, really appreciate you guys watching and for your kind comments, because you guys are very kind. Thank you. Okay. Have a great one. Thank you again. Wonderful talking with you. And I'll see you on, hopefully I'll see you at 3 p.m. when we do the Wizard of Odds live stream. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.